Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Boys, girls, look, remember, hope you guys all doing good, having a fantastic and beautiful Saturday morning, afternoon, wherever you're at. Appreciate you guys all being here. I need to back up to see where I need to sit so you guys can freaking see me. I think right here is pretty good. Drummer, what up, man? Thanks so much for the gift or the resub for 14 months. Chad, if you guys aren't following him, make sure you guys go over there, show him the love. How do I sound, guys? Sound good, yeah? But I appreciate you guys all being here. No Name, what is up? Good morning, welcome in. Brent, you get a quote. You get a hoorah. Is that what you wanted? Or are you done playing Fortnite? Are you still doing it? Massive, what's up, man? Good morning, welcome in. How you doing? Foxy girl, what's up? How you been, Foxy girl? Welcome in. Good morning. What up, Brent? W resub. I know you guys gotta go check. Look and sound good. I know I sound good. I don't definitely don't look good, bro. Stitch Girl, what's going on? Welcome in. Good. So, guys, today we'll, I don't know how long this will go, but we'll just go until we run out. But, yeah, we'll talk about some streaming stuff for content creators and streamers. So, for all you guys, I mean, like, I would say, like, 80% of you guys stream and do content. We'll, talk about some stuff. I'll try to give you guys some advice, maybe help you guys out, give you like some encouragement, some motivation to do some stuff. I want to talk about the different platforms too. What else do I want to talk about? Talk about the new upcoming Fortnite, and then whatever you guys want. If you guys got questions, fire them away. You know what I'm saying? Who's that? Level, what's up, man? How you doing? Welcome in on the YouTube. Let's go. So yeah, if you guys got any questions too, just fire it away. If I don't see it, just do it again. I got like my one monitor looking right at me, so I can see chat, and I got my YouTube one up there. So I'm gonna try my best to look at you guys. Hopefully, I'm like pretty centered and I'm pretty good for you guys to look at me. This is a temporary setup. If you guys didn't know, usually you can see this is my sign right here, my podcast sign. The last setup was a little better because I had the casting couch, you know, but I don't have enough room in here for the couch, so I'm looking to start my permanent streaming room in a little bit. I gotta start doing the logistics to it. But yeah, so we're gonna hopefully start that soon. And the podcast will be much better. I'll be able to turn my camera. I'll be able to do a lot. You know what I mean? Just right now, I don't have enough room in here to do stuff. So I'm excited for it though. But yeah, so this is how it is. This is the podcast. We usually do it once a month. Last month we didn't do it. If you guys are like new or just weren't tracking, we did podcasts. I mean, I guess you call it a podcast, right? Usually we have people on here, but we haven't had anybody come on in a minute, just because of preparation and money, finance, and stuff like that. So I just been running it solo, and some of you guys do appreciate it running solo, but I think it's really cool having someone on and talk about, you know, or just have like another opinion on stuff, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's unmask, reveal your true identity. That's the name of the podcast. So you guys got to think about it. Like Batman has a mask, but under that mask, who is he, right? It's me. And this is a time to not hide behind the mask. That's why it's like reveal your true identity, like who you actually are, right? Don't put up that front. Don't put on that cape. Don't put on anything. And we all do it. I think, like, personally, we all do it. You know what I mean? We all put up that front. We all put up that barrier, I guess we can say. You know what I mean? So this is a time to, like, take that barrier down. You guys can watch me and listen to me as just a person, not a streamer, not a content creator, right? Just me. You know, I think that's I think that's really, really important, especially for communities. You know what I mean? I would highly suggest a lot of people, a lot of other streamers do something like this. Like, instead of just sitting a foot away from your camera, sit back, relax, don't play any video games or whatever you do, and just talk to your community and have some, create that relationship. I think it's really important to do so. Lay down. No, excuse me. Get on your bed. I have Athena in here. Get on your bed and lay down. Good girl. She likes to chew stuff up in the basement or in the garage if she's not in here with me. She likes to nip on some things, and then she freaking pukes and everything, you know what I mean? But yeah, so this podcast is just to really just sit down, relax, be upfront, be real with you guys, be as raw as I could get, you know what I mean? So I do appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget, later today also we got Happy Gals tournament. We're gonna be dressing up as Batman. I'm cutting my hair, by the way. You guys see the length in the back, man. It took me like over a year to start growing out. I'm gonna cut. Get on your bed, Athena. Lay down. You're not going anywhere because you can't behave. I'm gonna go back to fading the back of my hair like in the military. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. Some of you guys no one's seen my hair faded in a while. Obviously, I fade out my sides, but I haven't faded the back since I got out. So yeah, I'm gonna do that today. While I do that, I'm gonna trim down the mustache like how I told you guys I was gonna do. I need some tips on going live. Yeah, we're gonna get into it, Level. So we're gonna get into it. We got a lot of people in here. Haircut, thank God. I know. I mean, from the front you can't tell, right? But when I turn my head, obviously I got the little loaf in the back, angry. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna fade it. I'm gonna after the podcast, I'm gonna go in the bathroom and set up my little 3-way mirror, and I'm gonna give it a good cut, give it a nice fade. Nice fade, baby. Marvel, what up? Welcome in. Angry yet? Also, welcome in. Jedi, thank you for the lurk. Fresh out every day Mondays, just saying. I'll be every Thursday for me because that's when I cut my hair. But how's everything going with you, Angry? We haven't talked in a minute. In a few days. I say minute, but you know what I mean. Been a few days. How's stream and everything going for you? Marvel, how's your Saturday morning or evening going? Or I'm sorry, afternoon. And if you guys got any questions about, like I said, anything, just you can fire it away. As long as it's not fucking politics or anything fucking crazy, man, we'll talk about it. I don't like talking about crazy crap, but I'll give you my 2 cents on a lot of stuff and be straight with you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we can talk about streaming first. There's 2 points. I saw something yesterday, and I'm telling y'all, as a streamer and content creator, if you guys want to just keep growing, obviously, like, not everyone can be full time, and not everyone can, like, have that time. But like, you guys should always be thinking about your stream and how to make it better, right? And to talk about too. So I was watching a video yesterday. His name's Tech Source, I think it's called, on YouTube. He's got like almost 4 million subscribers. He's at 3.99 mil. And the guy's asking him, he's like, so how do you feel about almost hitting 4 mil, which is a pretty big deal, right? That's pretty legit. Hopefully one day we see that, but 4 mil is pretty legit. Aggie, thanks so much for the daily 69. Welcome in. Good morning. How you doing today? Today's going good so far. Already had to kick someone out of the PX this morning for no shave and skivvy shirt in jeans. I don't get that crap. I don't understand why Marines. Like, bro, just follow the rules, man. It's not that hard. I bet you he was probably pissed that he had to leave the freaking PX too. You know what I mean? That's a good start though. And you're on like the schoolhouse premises, so people should be freaking. I know you guys share does Recon still over there? Angry by that way? I know second Recon's like right there, right? Don't you guys all share the chow hall and everything with the schoolhouse Marines? Just waking up after a nap. Made it to Baton Rogue safe and sound. Made it to where? What is that? Bat, send DM when you get done. All right. Sounds good. Darth, what's up? How you doing? Sounds good, Stitch. About to go see how the LSU friends with tailgating. Oh, very nice. Very nice, Aggie. Have fun. Very nice. No, just admin, mechs, and supply schools. Gotcha. Hey, what's going on, bro? So anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, so the guy had 4 mil, right? Obviously a big accomplishment, but he said it himself, and this is like so key, and I think this is where as streamers and content creators, we freaking fail to see it. I know I talked about it before, but like the numbers don't mean shit. I'll say it again. The numbers don't mean shit. I know I always say like, yo, we're almost at 13K on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. But he said it so good. And I can't quote him like exactly, but he's like, I don't care. He does, but like he doesn't care. All he cares about is you watching the videos and retaining him, able to retain you to watch the videos, you know. And I'm just going off YouTube for right now. We'll get in the other streaming services soon, but like on YouTube, that's so big. It doesn't matter about the numbers, right? About the subscribers or anything. It's about, can you retain your audience while you're making a video? And that's where, you know, you make your money. You don't make money off your subscribers. Like YouTube's not paying me by having 13K subscribers. They're paying me by how many people are staying on my videos and watching my videos, you know? So I'm telling you, I'd rather have 10,000 subscribers, right? And get, I don't know, 5K views on like my long-term videos, like 5K views, instead of having like 10 million subscribers and only getting like 20K. You know what I mean? Like I would rather have the people who are going to stay and watch and like have viewers that I can sustain long-term. You know what I mean? That's why on the last podcast I talked about it. Me switching up my YouTube like philosophy on what I'm gonna do, instead of going live on my vertically on YouTube on my main channel, I'm gonna go live horizontally because I'm gonna attract a better audience, people who like long-term content. Because on short term, you guys gotta think on TikTok, right? I see a lot of TikTok creators out there. Yo, Cappy, what up? Oh yeah, Darth, my day's going good, man. But there's a lot of content creators out there, especially on TikTok, man. Like and no disrespect at all. Like when I'm talking about crap, man, I don't mean any disrespect to anybody. If I say something and you guys take it the wrong way, I'm advancing I'm apologizing in advance. Like I don't mean no shade, no dirt, no nothing against anybody. I'm just being real, right? I'm just telling you guys exactly how it is. But I see these creators out here, man, with like thousands and thousands and thousands of freaking followers. I mean, look at me, for example. I got 5,300 and I can't even break 400 views on my damn chat, on my freaking videos that I post on TikTok, right? And TikTok's a really big like platform, right? That's why like when you see people with huge followings, like anybody can, I'm gonna be honest, anybody can get them following or them followers like in the big 2025, man. It's really crazy. Like I have 5,300 and I'm going to be real with you guys. Like I'm not going to be like, yeah, every single one of my followers on TikTok are like Fortnite related. No, I posted a few videos early on when I started my TikTok career, right? Started my TikTok career back when COVID started. And I have a video that, what up, Carrie? Good morning. Welcome in. I have a video that went viral. It was of Apollo and my mom's dog licking each other, and it's got over 1 million views. You know how many people I got, you know how many followers I got out of that? You know, and then I kept posting Apollo because, like, I didn't even think about content creation at this point of time, but I was just posting him because a lot of people liked him. Man, he was getting, like, tens and thousands of views on his videos. Like, every video I posted about him was, like, over, you know, 3,000-4,000 views every single time. Got a lot of likes, right? So when I like transitioned over to freaking, or switched over to TikTok or to content creation for Fortnite, that people who had following me before didn't transition over with me. So now I'm really probably only at like 500 or 600 followers, real followers for Fortnite on TikTok. So that's why I only get a couple hundred views on my videos, right? Guys, the numbers don't freaking lie. They never lie. That's why I'm bringing it up. You know, I'm a freaking Cobra myself when I'm calling out these other TikTokers. I'm in the same freaking boat, but I can call it shot for shot, right? And I'm not scared to admit it, man. That's just how it is. Like, there's nothing I can do. It's not like I knew what I wanted to do and I was going to get all these fake followers and then go to freaking switch over to TikTok, right? I was wondering when the next time you're going to play Roblox. Sometime next week, we're going to be playing Roblox. I'm going to put another video out on our Roblox channel. So that's the same thing. Like, keep that keep that in mind, man. Like, you guys got to keep that in mind. That's why I don't want fake followers. People are like, oh, follow for follow, or like, yo, like, hey man, if you do this, I'll subscribe to you. I'm like, brother, I don't want that. I don't care about the numbers. I care about if you're a real fan and you're going to watch my content when I post it. That's what I care about. You know what I mean? There's multiple things that go behind it. Like, I love creating content and people where they can just sit down and watch me and be like, you know, this is great. I'll give you a quick example. If you guys don't know the Outback, the Outdoorsman with Luke and Tommy, the Outdoor Boys, that's what it was, the Outdoor Boys. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Every Saturday he posted a video. Man, millions of views, right? And that's like something I look forward to every Saturday because like I love that kind of stuff, like bush camping, you know what I mean? Being in the Marine Corps, you kind of did it out in the, you know, every so often when you went to the field for training. You learn to live to survive, and a lot of good tips, you know what I mean? It's a lot of good stuff for people. It was like real advice just in case any shit went sideways, you know what I mean? And I look forward to that, you know? That's what I mean by like, I want you to want to watch my crap. That's like a good example of me wanting to watch someone else's stuff, you know? And even now, I still watch his videos. I'll go, if I'm editing a thumbnail, I'll go sit down, I'll put them on, even though I saw the video probably like 4 times already. I'll still put it on and I'll watch it like it's my first time, and I love watching it because like it's just such good stuff. I'm only here to carry you to a win. Hey, if that's what you want, that's what you want. Back got all the tips in the military. No. This guy's got good tips. If you guys don't know who he is, check him out. Outdoor Boys on the YouTube. He's got, man, he blew up in the last like year and a half. It's crazy how many. I mean like millions of views on his videos, and they're really good. And he's a funny guy. Like he's a little weird for sure, but he's an awesome guy, and you can tell like he's just so genuine, and that's what I love about it. Right? He's awesome. Noels, what's going on? Welcome in. How you doing? RC, hello. How are you guys? So going back to the like fake viewers or the fake followers, that again, like I talked about it on my last podcast. It was like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, because we didn't do one last month. Having them fake followers, having them short-term followers. It's so important, guys. You guys got to get them long-term followers. And again, we're just going to talk about YouTube for right now, right? Right now, we're just talking about YouTube because the YouTube is the best platform out there. And if you guys disagree with me, I'm telling you guys, go look up the numbers, man. The numbers don't lie. It's all in the freaking gravy. If Twitch shut down right now, if TikTok shut down right now, YouTube, I'm telling you, YouTube is so big, it's not even funny. Like, if you guys been following Twitch and what's been going on, they're losing. Like, they lost, like, I think over 800,000 viewers from last year to this year because of all the ads and all the bull crap that's going on with Twitch. Like, I feel like talking about Twitch is like talking about politics, so we're not going to get in that. But it's always good as a content creator and streamer. It's always good to keep your eye on what's going on. I mean, I'm sure you guys seen it, especially if you streamed in the last probably 2 months. Numbers are way down. Numbers are way down. I talked about on one of my videos on YouTube, like why numbers are down, why the numbers on Fortnite is down. Not just in Fortnite, but like streaming wise. They stopped counting lurkers as viewers, right? So now I'm pulling, 200, 300 or 20 or like 20 to 30 people a freaking stream. Because not a lot they don't count lurkers anymore. So when people come in to lurk, I still say thank you. You know what I mean? I still be like, yo, thank you so much, man. Because again, the numbers don't matter. I don't care how many viewers I got, but like, it's still important to know what you're doing. And I'll cover that. I'll cover that point in a minute on why it's still important, but you shouldn't care. I know it makes no sense. Remember, guys, we came from the military, so nothing makes sense, but it makes sense at the same time. All right. But yeah, like, you gotta wonder why. Like, people are going back to school, people are going back to work, people, the Fortnite community sucked. It's getting very toxic. So like all them things put together is making the numbers reflect, it's no secret. Like why are we so low, right? And another thing is too, with how many followers I have on Twitch, I think I'm almost at 9K. Dude, I'm telling you, when I first started, like I was doing giveaways after giveaways after giveaways after giveaways, and I loved it, right? We're finding a way to really freaking what's it called? benefit the people who came to every stream, who really like did what we asked for the giveaway, blah blah blah. People were trying to scam us, this, that, and the other, make fake discords. Like it was crazy. And I was like, I like streaming, but this is when I like turned to content creation. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop calling myself a streamer and call myself a content creator. So everybody who was following me for them V-Bucks, they weren't transitioning over with me as a content creator. They only came for the V-Bucks. As for, you know what I mean? So when I started making content, they weren't following me anywhere. YouTube, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, right? They weren't following with me. So I would say like out of the 9K followers I have, I would say like 3,000 of them are fucking fake. And that's like another important thing that I'm trying to tell you guys. Like just because I have 11, almost like 9K subscribers or followers on Twitch, you guys think I should be pulling at least 90 people, maybe. You should be like pulling a tenth of what your subscriber or your follower count is at. That's what they like. That's like the rule of thumb. Not like 10%. I think 90 is 10% of 9,000, right? Quick math. Anyone got me? But yeah, like you should be pulling like 10%. So that's what I was saying. Like maybe 3,000 to 4,000 of them guys, maybe even 5,000 are fake. And the last year and a half, I would say about last year and a half, maybe a little bit longer. Now I wouldn't say exactly 2 years. Is why I really just started focusing on content and like pulling in them followers, them viewerships on people who really just care and want to see good content. I'm not saying my content's the best, but like just see funny, stupid content, right? Without too much going into it. So yeah, it's important, but don't let the numbers get to your head. And we'll cover that point right now. Like it's important to know where you're at, but not care about the numbers. Okay. I know I just said it. So for instance, like if someone came to me and was like, hey, Batman, I just say he's from, Secret Lab, the company that makes this chair, right? Secret Lab. But hey, Batman, listen, how many followers you got on TikTok or on Twitch? I'll be like, I don't know. I have no idea. How many do you average? I'll be like, yeah, I don't know. Like I have no idea. They'll be like, all right, thank you so much. And then they'll go back to the drawing board, be like, hey, the Batman 97 had no idea what his the logistics side to his company was. No idea how many followers he had. He had no idea how many people he had watching per day. Blah blah blah. Right? I'll be like, all right, same situation. Hey, Batman, how many people you got watching you? Hey, I got 80 people on average every stream. I stream every day, Monday to Saturday. I got about 15,000 people following me. I'm also on YouTube. I've already pulled in over 15 million views on YouTube. And just give them the logistics of it, right? Give them the stats, because again, the numbers do not lie, chat. And be like, damn, confident, knew what he was talking about. He's freaking, whatever. Hey, Batman, you wanna sign a contract with us? Get sponsored by Secret Lab? Fuck yeah, right? That's why it's so important to remember. And, not even just that, but like when I go out in public and, I tell people I'm a content creator, they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, well, yeah, I do this. And, I don't know how many people watch me. And they're like, damn, this guy doesn't even know, it just looks like a lack of, what's it called? Like confidence in your own, because again, it's a business, right? Who is that? Sketch coming in with all the jewels, man. Thank you, Sketch. Thank you. Thank you for all the love, dude. Coming in hot. He's coming in hot on YouTube with all the jewels. It's freaking cold in my room. So it's a business, Chad. Whatever you do, whether you're on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, all of it. It's all fucking business. You're your own brand. Like you do your taxes, you do it all. So if you're not tracking on your logistics side of things, man, like what the fuck are you doing? I don't care if you're just part-time streamer. You know what I mean? You should still be tracking on that crap, bro. It's important. And if you're not, then it's like, I know, then, you know what I mean? It's like, I know you're not being fucking serious about it. But if you're serious about it and you maybe want to go somewhere with this career and, make something or be well known in the industry or whatever it is, man, you got to know that kind of stuff. I don't have anywhere where I don't know how many people are watching me, but I'm always like, I'm always aware where I'm at. It was very important, man. I can't stress that enough. I know I tell you guys don't worry about it, but low key, you guys need to worry about it. But don't worry about it to where it's like ruining your mood, where it's ruining you as a streamer, as a content creator. Like, do not let that shit like deteriorate you and be like, damn, I fucking suck because I only had 20 people watching me. Like, I'm a full-time streamer, bro. I'm a full-time content creator, Monday to Saturday. I'm only pulling in 20 to 30 people a fucking stream, bro. You think I care? No, I don't. I don't fucking care. Because I love what I do. And I know the 20 to 30 people I'm pulling right now, they're loyal. They're fucking there. And they, you know what I mean? They're there for me. I don't want fake-ass fucking streamers and content creators and viewers in my stream hyping me up, dogging me, right? Fucking like dabbing me the fuck up. Like, I don't need any of that shit, man. If you ain't gonna stick around long term, I'm not gonna say don't let the door hit you on the way out, but like, it's fake fucking, like, it's fake. And I don't want that. I'm gonna be straight, I'm gonna be honest, man. If you come around for a week and you're gone because life happened and you can't be here, that's obviously understandable. But you know what I mean when I say like being a fake fucking fan. You fucking know exactly what I mean. Jesse, what up? How you doing? Adorable, welcome in. You guys know exactly what I mean by a fake fan. And if you don't, I mean, man, go on YouTube, bro. I mean, go on Twitch. You'll see a bunch of fake fans on there. You know what I'm saying? Lion, what up? How are you? And again, I'm keeping it real with you guys. Like, I'm telling you everything, man. I've been full-time for over a year now. I think there's only one time where I reached over $1,000 monthly from Twitch. And I talked about it before, and I don't like talking finance with you guys because I don't do this for the fucking money, and I don't really care that much. But again, you guys gotta know what you're pulling in as myself as a boss, as a CEO, as a fucking employee. I'm all of them, right? You guys need to know what you're still pulling because it's important, right? When I was part-time for 2 years, I was pulling in over $1,300, $1,200 every fucking month. And I would only stream 3 hours every day from like 5:30 to 8:30, maybe 9, 6 to 9. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. When football started, I went earlier in the morning because I still streamed in the morning. But like, man, did I fuck up. Like, and not number-wise, but, like, foundation-wise, because I didn't start out the way I wanted. And it's because I didn't know. I didn't know this industry. I didn't know anything about it. I came in fucking still wet behind the ear. So, like, when I made that transition from streamer to content creator, I was like, I need to build a strong foundation, especially if I want to do this full-time, because I had glimpse and, like, I knew I could do this full-time. So I was like, I need to start building a strong foundation now. So about a year and a half into it, that's when I switched over. I was like, this is where the strong foundation starts. And bang, that's when I stopped doing giveaways, even though I love doing them. But I wanted to attract the right people to my stream. I wanted to bring in the right people for the community, right? Because I knew we were going to build this and shoot it to the fucking moon, right? So it's just crazy, So don't let the numbers scare you, man. As a streamer, as a content creator, don't let that shit scare you. Hunter, what's up, man? How you doing? Solo rank? Nice. I hope you have a great freaking solo rank day when you're playing. Is this Real Inspiration Talk Saturday? We do podcasts once a month. I try to get on here and talk to you guys just solely about anything. But I got to talk about what my audience does, right? I would say about 80% of you guys who come in and tune in are streamers, or content creators. So come in and talk to you guys and keep it real with y'all, because like everyone thinks when you're at the top, it's fucking rainbow and butterflies. You know what I mean? That's honestly why I stopped giveaways as well. Fun to see who's not in my stream on the reg now. Exactly. You gotta weed out the weak, And it sucks because I do love doing giveaways. That's why we do 12 Days of Christmas and all this other crap. But you do see the people come in who are only there for the giveaways, and that's fine. That's why I'm doing it, right? But with the content and I want the YouTube to reflect. I want everything to reflect each other. That's why I stopped. I don't want to be that guy on TikTok with 50,000 fucking followers. Getting all this views, getting all this crap on TikTok, and then it's not following anywhere else. I'll be live on Twitch and I only have like 8 people watching me, or I'm on YouTube. and I have nobody watching me, right? So as a streamer, guys, as a content creator, y'all need to realize who you're reeling in as audience, who you're bringing in, if they're there long term, short term. You know what I mean? TikTok's all short term. It's all fucking short term. There are some long term subscribers and followers on there, man. I don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, but I would say like 80 to 90% of that platform's all short term. And I'm a fucking culprit. I watch people and I don't follow them. I barely follow anybody. I just fucking double click it and I scroll on to the next person. Double click it, scroll on to the next person. Sure, they'll start like popping up on my For You page here and there, but like you guys know what I mean, right? YouTube is a complete different story. Like long term wise, you have your long term and your short term on YouTube. TikTok is just short form because there's no long term on there, if that makes sense. Like I said, I'm a long term person on YouTube. I'll subscribe to somebody so I can watch their videos, like the Outdoor Boys. You know what I mean? People like that. I don't just watch their short term form. And again, I'm gonna talk to this just as on a streamer side. Short term is great, but like you guys need to do something other than just short term. Because on Twitch is long form. You guys got to realize the difference between short term and long term. Twitch, you want to have your long term subscribers there, or followers. Sorry. You know what I mean? Like I see people on TikTok with 50,000, 60,000 people on following. And then when they're live on Twitch, they only have like 10 people watching. I'm like, how's that ratio work? You know what I mean? You guys got to really dig deep into the sauce and the gravy and pick apart stuff, sit there and ask yourself shit, or, just again, I'm talking about it. Who else do you know that sits down and does this? You should start doing it. Sit there and really diagnose yourself, put yourself all up front. And as a leader, if you guys are in a leadership position, whether you're like a manager or something at work or whatever, you should be leading from the fucking front. It's the same thing with the business that you're doing now. You guys got to realize, again, I can't harp on it enough, that this is a fucking business, man. It's not a 9-to-5, obviously, right? But this is still a fucking business. You pay your taxes. You got to do your taxes. It's a 1099, right? If you guys know taxes, like that means you're fucking own your own business. Okay, so you guys got to lead from the fucking front. You can't let your followers and your viewers and your subscribers lead from the front. You should be fucking up there, right there with them, and vice versa. Like put that into the real world. If you're a fucking manager, and you're making everybody do everything and you're not doing shit, like I would fucking look myself in the mirror again, man, and ask yourself if you should really be a manager, because having your employees have your back is far greater than having the CEO or whoever fucking like care about you. You guys know what I mean. If you've been there, you fucking been there, right? And that's the same way with fucking streaming, man. You should want to have your viewers have your back and not have these bigger, fake streamers or whoever have your back. It's the same fucking thing, man. That's how you guys got to look at it from both perspectives. Like, it's a real job. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not 9-to-5, but like there are so many similar correlations between both of them. I know a lot of you guys worked in the real world. It's the same thing within the fucking military. We can make it a trifecta. Like same thing in the military. When I was a fucking sergeant, I was leading from the fucking front. I made sure my Marines were taken care of. I made sure they were getting chows, making sure, they're not out too late, make sure they get their rest and all this other crap, man. And that's why it is so important, because when I'm gonna break it down like Marine Corps style. If we go to war, right, and I'm a sergeant, I'm a platoon leader, which means I'm in charge of probably like 40, 50 Marines. We're gonna go to war. We're gonna be on the front fucking lines. Where's my lieutenant colonel? Where's my general? They're not on the fucking front line. They're not gonna have my back. And there's, again, no disrespect to that, but that's just how it works. You know who is going to have my back, though? My fucking Marines that I've trained, that I made sure they were okay, that I make sure that, I have their respect, and it goes fucking both ways, right? But don't take my kindness for weakness. But when it comes down to it, it's like, I know they have my fucking back, and they know I'll have their fucking back until the day, until the last breath in my fucking body. That's the same thing with streaming, man. I know it's a little more intense with the military, right? I know it's a little bit more intense. Cosmetic, what's going on? Welcome in. Ride or die, baby. Right, but like you need to have, gotta have it, man. You gotta. That's what I'm saying. Like I would rather have my 50 Marines be there with me and having my back than having, you know, say my general or whoever, my lieutenant colonel with me. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's just it's you got, if you know, you know. Same thing with your manager. If you're a manager of like a fucking retail store, you want your employees working for you. That's what it comes down to. You take care of your fucking employees and they will work for fucking you. They won't work for your fucking company. All right? That's like, I can't, it's the same thing in the Marine Corps, man. My Marines worked for me because they respected me, they cared for me, they knew I would do anything for them, so they worked for fucking me, and if I told them to do something or fucking get the job done, they didn't ask questions there, they did it, and they fucking got it done, and then after the fact, they would be like, yo, Sergeant, why'd you make me do this, you know? I'd be like, boo, this is why. You know, it came down the pipeline that fucking Sergeant Major was coming around, looking for this, you know? The same fucking thing with Twitch, man. You want your guys, same thing with YouTube. You want your fucking people working for you. You know, you should want them there for you, not for your fucking V-Bucks, not for your fucking giveaways, right? Obviously, it's a plus because people do giveaways for their community and stuff like that. But you know what I mean. Like, we all been there where we done giveaways and you're at 80 fucking viewers because you're doing a 13K V-Buck giveaway. But on a normal day when you're live, you only have like 15 people watching you, right? Super fucking important, man. And again, huge correlation between the two, man. Put one and one together, cross mix them. Don't think that just like streaming can't relate to the fucking real world, bro. Don't think that shit. Yo, C, what's up? How you doing? Thank you so much for the follow. I was a supervisor position my last year. My employees had my back, and my direct and not the upper management had my back, and then a direct doesn't. Exactly. You know, and nothing to the higher ups, but we all know, like, when you're working in the trenches and you're down, right, and then you guys rise up together, like there's that relationship is already fucking there. That relationship is there, and it's hard to break. It's hard to break a bond like that, you know. And then the companies will see it, right? They'll be like, damn, you know, someone's doing something right here, and that's how it should be. And it's a shame that it's not. It really is, but you know, that's just how the fucking cookie crumbles, and we can't do nothing about it. Looked out for each other. Yeah, I mean, like, I could give you a real world example too. Like, when I got out of the Marine Corps my first time, I was still in the reserves, but like, I was doing general contracting, and my ex's dad, her dad, I'm gonna call him Carlos. Man, he fucking took me under his wing, and he knew like how loyal I was and how fucking dedicated and determined I was. So when we started working with each other, I was just a little bitch. I was just sweeping up dust. I was vacuuming when I would do whatever he told me to do without fucking asking, without anything, right? And it came to a point where I was watching him so much and asking questions and being engaged. I learned so much, and what he was doing, he did everything the right way. He was a fucking perfectionist, right? So I became a perfectionist, like in my carpenter skills, in my everything that I do, like contract wise. So then he started trusting me. He's like, hey, fucking Marcus, like, go to this job 2 hours early, get this done. I said, yes, sir. Bang. Fucking went there because he worked another job. He worked for the city, so he would, after his city job, he would come and we would be working on a fucking, you know, $80,000 bathroom. And, you know, he trusted me being there because he knew I worked for him. I didn't work for the money. I didn't work for, I mean, I can't even say the company because it was like his own company, right? But I was there for him, man. I didn't want to let him down. And I was always like, fuck, if I fuck up or something, I got to tell him, you know? And there's times where I made mistakes 100%, but he was like fine with it because he knew I was like, you know what I mean? That loyalty and everything was there, man. So if you guys are in a leadership position or you stream, man, it's important, bro. Lead from the fucking front. That's all I can say. Lead from the motherfucking front because that people will follow you. You know what I mean? You're not scared to get your hands dirty. You're not scared to do whatever. And it's just so crucial, man. Employers love veterans. I know, kind of Batman. I know, man. My fucking hands are freezing. So it is important, chat, as a streamer and as a content creator, both sides. I split them up, man. I do. I know it might be a little disrespectful, but I split them up. Streamers are streamers. Content creators are content creators. All right. But man, you guys got to lead from the front, man. Be the fucking guy up there. Be that girl up there. All right, it's so crazy, man. And if you don't, and then you like, and you do, like, you start doing it, I'm telling you, you'll see a fucking huge difference, man. You really will. That's awesome, Pathway. That's great. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a shame, man. Him and I worked together for a while. His daughter and I, we broke up for like 6 months after dating, and I still continue to work for him because I was a grown ass fucking adult about it. We didn't cheat on each other. Like, nothing crazy happened. We just broke up, right? And we continue to talk to each other even when we weren't dating. I still went to his house and helped him with stuff. I would meet him there. I helped him with his own house. That's how much this man trusted me. I went to his own fucking house. I mean, this house is like, woo, very expensive house. This dude works his ass off. He's a fucking, like, we should all admire, like, his work ethic. It's insane. But, like, man, I was at his house working with him, you know, and he trusted me. I was in the attic, like, spraying foam. Like, I just did so much work with him, man, you know. And he's, man, I'm always grateful for what he did for me, teaching me shit, and he knows that. I haven't talked to him in a minute. I definitely lost contact. I haven't freaking talked to a lot of my family, like my family members, in a while. It's a shame. I don't know. It's because, like, the Marine Corps did it to me. Like, I just don't reach out. It's fucking hard, if that makes sense. And I am very busy, but that's no fucking excuse. Anyway. So yeah, lead from the front, chat. If you guys are a streamer, lead from the motherfucking front, man. I can't what's it called? Can't express that enough. Like, there's a reason why you have mods too, you know, put them in the mix, help, you know. I let my mods run free. They know it, but they know how to be a mod. Lil Bam, what up? How are you doing? Good morning, welcome in. So when you guys are trying to find people for mods, make sure you're picking the right person, man. Very crucial, because they can flip your shit upside down, and it's very annoying. So make sure you guys pick the right mods as well. But they're there to help you, you know what I'm saying? They're also there to help you. And again, you guys got to lead from the motherfucking front. But yeah, let's get off that topic. I think we beat that dead horse enough, but it's very, very good stuff right there. I'm a habit too, man. It's called independent. My family has my number and address the military. Death has something to do with it as well. Yeah, Angry. I know. You know how it is. Like, I don't know. It's just hard to reach out. And there's things like that I like in the military, that in the Marine Corps, where made me be this way. Like, I told this story before, but when I came home from a 9-month deployment from Africa. But, dude, 9 months is a long time in a third world country, by the way, chat. So if you're like, oh, 9 months ain't that bad, like, dude, 3 new iPhones came out by the time I came back home. Like, it was insane. You guys know the part in Fortnite when Bunker Jonesy comes out of the bunkers after the volcano. This is going back to chapter 1. And he's all got his long hair, and he looks up, and it's like utopia, fucking blimps flying. Everything's like futuristic. That's how I felt when I came back to the United States. But anyway, like, I came home for 9 months, or came back after 9 months. Man, not one lick of my family member was there. No one was there with me. Everybody's hung with their family. You know, people are crying, whatever the case may be. And I was like, damn, like, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one was there for me. So I grabbed my fucking bag, and I was like, oh, back to the barracks room. And I just was in an empty cockroach, you know, mold-infested fucking barracks room. And it sucked, 100%. You know what I mean? Not having my family there. So, like, that was just, like, a quick example on why I am the way I am. Like, it's hard for me to, I don't want to say it's hard for me to reach out, but it's like, I just have no fucks to give. I know that's so fucking blunt and very brutal, but it's like, I just don't have any fucks to give. You know, and I mean that in the most respectful fucking way to my family members too, because I love them. You know what I mean? I'll do anything for them, but it's just like, you know, it's hard. It's hard. I did almost 9 years in the fucking military, you know, and I was away from my family for almost 50% of my life being alive. You know, you guys got to think about that, like, or yeah, a little less than 50%. You know, so it's hard for sure. You know, you just lose disconnect. You know what I mean? But anyway, going back to the different types of platforms. Again, we talked about it a little bit with long term and short term, and what freaking, you know, social media platforms to be on. But and a quick disclosure, guys, everything I'm saying is all my opinion. If you guys disagree with me, that's completely fine. I really don't care. So if you can listen to me if you want, you can give it a try. If not, hey, you keep doing you, and I'm going to keep doing me. But I saw a kid on TikTok talking about it, and I talked about it live on stream once. I don't know how many people were there, but like, this guy's like, why would I multi-stream? Why would I stream to other platforms? Because I just want everybody to like filter in to Twitch. And he was like hard on it. He gave some good points, right? But I think the cons outweighed the pros. We reversed it there. You see what I did there? 6-7. You see what I did there? But like, and everyone's like, yeah, I completely agree. Like, hell yeah, this, that, and the other. I was reading some of the comments. I'm like, man, y'all are so closed off. Like, your fucking barriers in your head and your mind are just so closed off. It's not even funny, man. Do a divorce. I'm like such a bad person. Feeling for the one. Everyone took his side until months after they realized. That's all right, Bam. Listen, like, you can't hold it against them, okay? Shit happens for a reason, all right? And it's not fair. But no one said life is fair, okay? I know that's very fucking blunt too, but like, it's okay. You're still living. You know, you got beautiful kids. You know what I mean? Like, you're fucking killing it, right? Everything happens for a reason. Who would have known what would have happened with you if everyone agreed with you, right? Some crazy ass shit could have fucking happened, and you could have been down a completely different path than what you're on right now, okay? You guys gotta remember, everything happens for a fucking reason. Whether, I'm telling y'all, whether you like believe, whether you're religious or not, shit happens for a fucking reason, bro. You might not figure out why right there and then, but like 5 years down the road, you know what I mean? I'll give you guys a quick example. We'll go deep with it. Remember, this is like reveal your true identity, right? We keep it raw here. We'll go as deep as we need to go, but like, and I know, we'll go back to that other topic, I promise. But like, quick example, man. And this is an example I didn't tell anybody else. So my brother and I, we're only a year apart. He's a little, it's over a year, a little over a year. But we're only 1 year behind each other in school. And we went to the same school. It was some fucking stupid ass, it wasn't public. It was charter school. I fucking hated it. Hated every second about it. And I played sports growing up my whole life. And I always played for a club, right? I always played for like an organization. And all my friends in that club, like 9 times out of 10, if a certain club you are in, resemblance to a certain school. Like, hey, if you play for this school, you're going to play for this club, right? If the school doesn't have activities. So the club that I played for, they were all my friends, you know what I mean? Friends. They were all my guys I grew up with. We played baseball, basketball, football with each other. You know what I mean? We hung out all the time. So these were like my day ones, right? My homies, the people I went to school with. I'm not gonna say I could give 2 craps about them, but it's like they weren't real as the guys that I played ball with for these clubs. And they went to, it was a Catholic school. Obviously, my mom and dad couldn't afford it. And my brother wanted to go to Judge, which is a Catholic high school. Okay, we're like high school wise now. My mom and dad could only afford him to go. So of course, since he's the firstborn and whatever, he was able to go. I wasn't able to go, and I was like, why not? You know, I really wanted to go. I really wanted to play football. I really wanted to just like thrive and play sports. I was more athletic than my brother. My brother was more of a lineman, and I was a quarterback, thrower. I had an arm, the whole freaking shabam. And then he played 1 year, and I think then he stopped playing football, or 2 maybe. My dad always coached us and everything, so I just wanted to make him proud too and be like, hey, let me go and I'll play. Like I'm gonna go there for school too, obviously, but obviously that didn't work. I went back to there was a high school that it was like a brother sister school. It was the same academy school, charter school. So if you went to the charter preschool or 1 to 8 or whatever it is, you got a free shot to the high school. So obviously, it was free. My mom and dad were like, "Hey, you're gonna go here," and I was like, "Fuck, man!" They didn't have any sports. The school was so small. There was 400 people in the whole fucking school, freshman to senior. I couldn't go. I had to go to like some public school and play fucking ball there, and I didn't want that. You know what I mean? I wanted to play for a well-known school, and ball out, and I just couldn't. So my first 2 years was fucking miserable. I hated life, man. I really did. Like, it was fucking trash. Looking back at it now, it was fucking trash. I played ball. I played baseball. I really want to play football because that was like my thing. I love hitting people. I love just everything about football. That's why you guys know, like, I'm a huge football fan. So I was good at baseball. I was, but it didn't intrigue me as much as it did with football. So I played baseball. I made the fucking varsity team as a freshman. Senior year or sophomore year came around. I told my coach, I'm like, I'm not playing, man. And he was upset because, like, he recruited me as a freshman. So you guys got to think there was no JV, there was no JV, there was no freshman team. It was just varsity. So you either made the team or you didn't. Come back next year. Sorry. So you got to, pick 4 or 5 freshmen, couple sophomores, have a lot of seniors. You know what I mean? So, like, you can grow them through the years, right? And he was really upset. And then while all this is happening, again, everything happens for a reason. My dad passed away. Okay, and if you guys didn't know, when a parent passes away, the other parent will get, if they're not, my mom and dad weren't divorced yet. They were technically still married. So, my mom got a check from the government every month that, like, I don't know like the exact thing, but like however much my dad made, it was a certain percent that my mom would get per month to help my mom take care of the 3 kids. Right. And with that money, my mom's like, "Hey, you're going to be able to go to school. You could go to Judge now. I can go to the high school that I always wanted to go to." And it sucked, right? I mean, I was so happy. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I played baseball and everything, and or I played football for them and everything. It was great. I fucking loved it. My last 2 years of high school, I loved. And with all everything I just said, wrapping it back around, if my dad never passed away, and it might be you guys might think it's a shitty way to look at it, but I would have never went to the school I wanted to go to. So it's like, and if I would have never went to the school that I went to, I would have probably never went in the military. I would have never joined the Marine Corps, And then bang, hey, I would have never freaking, I probably wouldn't even be sitting here streaming right now. You know what I mean? So, like, everything happens for a motherfucking reason, man. Whether it's good, bad, sad, or tragic. Like, shit happens for a reason, man. And it's just the way the cookie crumbles, and we have no control over that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, going back, yeah, sledgehammer runs. Going back to the platforms, man, with these people talking, this guy talking about how he doesn't multi-stream. Why should he multi-stream? Like, there's no benefit to it. And I was like, I typed this whole thing out. I was gonna comment on his video, but I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna get into it. If you guys are not multi-streaming, and you can, you're wrong. You're fucking wrong. Like, and why do I say you can? I mean, like, your internet allows you, you have a streaming key, you're able to do it on YouTube because you have the subscribers, whatever the case is. Athena! I completely forgot she left. Athena! Get in here. Lay down. Lay down. Let me find out you chewed on something, girl. I'll freaking, Yo, Circle, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome in. So, yeah, like, I had the whole thing planned out, ready to post, and I was like, I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not even going to get into it. I'm not going to, like, tell him why he should. But again, everybody in the comments were like, yeah, I agree. Like, that's why I only stream on Twitch, blah, blah, blah. And, Circle, I'm good. Thank you very much. We're just talking, chatting, But, man, there's people in the streaming or in the viewers that can't be on Twitch, you know what I mean? That don't have Twitch. And I get it where he was coming from. He's like, oh, but like if I'm streaming on TikTok and YouTube and Twitter and Instagram, I'm all spread out. Like, all my viewership, everything is all spread out. And I get that, but like, there's people who don't have Twitch, there's people who don't have TikToks, there's people who don't have YouTube, there's people that don't have Instagram or Twitter, whatever, you know what I mean? But, like, you're holding yourself down so much if you're just keeping yourself on Twitch. So fucking much. To Because you guys already know how the algorithm works. If you don't have a certain amount of followers or viewers, if you guys don't have a certain amount of subscribers, like they don't push you out. Twitch doesn't push you out. They'll just keep you at the bottom of the For You page, right? If like you don't get word of mouth that you're a good streamer or a really good person, if you don't get rated, if you, again, word of mouth is like, hey, go follow this man. If you don't get rated, if you're not on the like top of the For You page, there's no traffic coming in, man. You guys got to think of like trafficking and like, you know, herding the cattle. That's why I like to call it herding the fucking cattle. Daddy, what up, man? Welcome in. How you doing? Like you're just holding yourself down so much. Like it's like you're trying to stay afloat with a 10-pound weight on your fucking leg, like tied around your waist or your leg. Like eventually that weight, that gravity is going to pull you the fuck under. So if you're not even posting to other platforms, man, you're just, oh gosh, guys, I'm telling y'all, it's like 101 crap. You know, like you should, if you're able to multi-stream. Don't worry about herding the cattle and forcing everybody into Twitch. You know what I mean? Like I just use YouTube because that's my biggest platform. I get so much exposure on YouTube because I do long-term and short-term content. You know how many people be like, yo, Batman, I see you on YouTube, man, or I see you doing this, and then sometimes they do come to Twitch, you know, but like, if I was only, perfect example, when I did these podcasts, I was only exclusively on YouTube because I wanted you guys to come to YouTube to be there. I don't want to go on Twitch and do this shit, right? So I was trying to bring people into this little fucking funnel, and it just wasn't working. It just wasn't working. Like, I'm not going to say it wasn't working, but it wasn't benefiting me. Okay, and then I did it on Twitch, and the first time I did it on Twitch, everyone's like, dude, Batman, we fucking loved it, man. Thank you so much for doing it on Twitch. It was great. Like, I'm on YouTube and Twitch doing it, but like, you know what I mean? They're like, man, it was so good, because people don't like to go to YouTube. People don't like to go to Twitch if you're like a YouTube person, or people don't like to go off of TikTok because you're on the fucking, you're on Twitch or YouTube or Kick or whatever the case may be. And if someone doesn't want to do something, they're not going to fucking do it, man. You know what I mean? You might get a majority of people to help you out. Like if I was like, yo, guys, I'm on YouTube, go to Twitch right now. I'll get a few people, you know, I'll get some people in. But like say I have 80,000 or say I have like 100 people watching me. I was like, hey, everybody go to Twitch. Like we're going to continue to stream over there. And I'm going to stop on here because I want my Twitch to get more exposed. Man, I would say like maybe 50% of the people will come. You know, and you just killed everybody else on that other fucking platform. So multi-streaming is huge. Don't try to force people to go to, you know, just one app. That's why there's all these different kinds of app, guys. And again, not everybody's on YouTube, not everybody's on Twitch, not everybody's on TikTok. So like if you guys aren't exposing yourselves to them platforms, you're fucking just add another weight to your ankle, man, trying to swim, because you are shooting yourself in your fucking foot. You guys got to do it, man. You guys got to be on all platforms. Like, it is just so crucial. You know what I mean? Even Twitter, man. Even Twitter. I'm on Twitter posting 3 times a day. Because the views are over there. The views are over there. Everything's over there. It's just a different audience, man. And if you're not trying to attract these other audiences, it's in like, how do you expect yourself to grow? You'll be like, damn, you know, I've been doing this for over a year and I only have 800 followers, man. And that's where the doubt comes in. That's where everything, you know about streaming, like I can't do this because this, that, and the third, like that's when the doubt comes in. That's when everything starts happening and you're like, I'm going to stop. And then that's when like the whole career, that's where everything just fucking dies out. That's why when people are like, yo, I can be a streamer, I can do this, I can do that. Let's see where you're at in 6 fucking months. Because everyone's like, yeah, motivated, let's do it. And I tell you guys all the time, motivation runs out. You guys can't just rely on motivation. Motivation helps, don't get me wrong. But motivation runs out. Obviously, for some people, it runs out faster than others. But, like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm fucking motivated, right, to stream. And then you're averaging 5 people a stream. And you're like, what the fuck? You know? You can't, you guys... I'll give you a quick example, too. You guys cannot be in that fucking mindset, man. You got to be in the mindset of, like, if I was a big streamer right now, what would I do? Same thing in the military, in the Marine Corps. I was a sergeant. I acted like my next rank. So when I picked up that rank, I already knew what to expect out of myself, my peers, my fucking seniors, my juniors. They all already expected something out of me. because I was already acting like that fucking next rank. You guys should be doing the same thing. It's just like being, you know, if you want a promotion at a retail store, you know, you're stocking fucking shelves. Hey, man, maybe you should start getting hands-on with the inventory, what's coming in, so maybe you can get promoted to start it, you know, to be like, hey, this is what we need for our store because I know what to do. You guys should be acting. You guys should be acting like you're in that. I'm gonna just use rank, right? You guys should be acting like that next rank. You guys should be in that fucking mindset of like, okay, I am a big streamer. What am I gonna do? All right, don't hold yourself down as like I'm only a streamer with 1,000 subscribers or followers, and I'm gonna just stay in that fucking mindset. You guys cannot do that. Hey, you got 10,000 followers. What the fuck are you going to do? All right? You have 5 people watching you. You'll be like, oh, I'm stuck in that, you know, five viewership fucking area. Don't think like that, man. And that, it's just, again, it wraps around again to like, don't worry about your views, man. Don't worry about what you're pulling right now because that's going to, it's like a fucking mindset, man. It's a mind game. It's just going to set you up to be like, damn, no one's in here. And then you're going to get real sad. And then you're like, you know, there's no expressions, there's no nothing, and then you're killing it for your viewers that are watching you because you're a fucking, you know, sad Larry. And then you hit a cool shot, and you're just like, there's no fucking emotion, there's no nothing because you're sad that only 5 people are watching you, man. All right? You guys got to be in that mindset, that step above that fucking mindset. Again, going back to me being my rank in the military, it came to a point where I was a sergeant for so long. You know, I could be my next rank without a doubt. And so with that being said, I got the responsibilities of being my next rank. I got that respect of being my next fucking rank. So like when I was with people, you know, ranks above me, they're like, damn, this fucking sergeant right here, he's a fucking, you know, he's squared away. He's a beast. He's got his head's right on his shoulders. You know what I mean? And the benefits come with it. That's what I'm trying to say, chat. Like the benefits come with it. I wanted that responsibility. I wanted that shit. Because that's what I was. Because I knew if I didn't do that, for my next rank and say I got promoted to my next rank, I would be lost in the motherfucking sauce. And then within that rank system, right, within my peers and the people above me, they'll be like, yo, Staff Sergeant Simonides, he's a fucking shitbag because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He has no idea how to be a fucking staff sergeant. Like, you know, he's incompetent. Like, he's a fucking turd, you know? And I didn't want that shit on my fucking name. You know what I mean? So I acted like my next rank. So if that opportunity ever did come, they'd be like, yo, he's a fucking beast, man. He's still wet behind the ears because he just got promoted, but give him some time. He'll figure it the fuck out and he'll be an animal. You know what I mean? Same thing with streaming, man. That's why I'm not going to lie. I act like I'm a fucking big streamer. I'm not, chat. Like in reality, I'm not at all. Look at my numbers. Look at this. Look at that. But like, it does not, again, numbers don't lie. I'm not a big fucking streamer at all. You guys might seem it like it is because I have more viewers than you. I got more fucking subscribers than you. I got more followers than you. But again, none of that shit fucking matters. If my mindset is not in the right spot to act like a bigger streamer, then you're right. Like I'm just gonna be where I'm at now, right? I'm telling you, I'm not that fucking big at all. But I act bigger than what I actually am. Because that's a maturity. I understand. I know. So if I do get 1 million subscribers on YouTube, I'm not going to change, right? I'm not going to change the way I act, the way I do my videos, anything like that, because I'm already have that mindset and I already push out content bigger. I feel like bigger than what I'm set at. Like I'm down here, legit, logistic wise, but I'm up here, fucking mentality wise. You know what I mean? And that's where more doors are going to open up. That's where people are going to realize, like, damn, this dude's not that big, but man, he fucking knows what he's doing, right? It's the same thing, chat. It's the same thing. You guys got to have that fucking mindset. You guys got to act bigger than what you are, especially in the streaming industry. You know what I mean? It's insane. It's really insane. And you guys don't get it twisted, man. You got to be fucking humble, right? You got to be humble. You got to remember where you came from. You got to remember your situation, like where you sit at in this fucking industry too. So don't let your fucking, like, don't be swinging your dick around too big, right? But you guys stay fucking humble, man. And I'm not saying I'm a perfect example, but you guys see how I am. You guys see what I do, how I push out shit. Like, if I did a video of Cypher PK right now, I wouldn't be fucking fanboying him, right? I'll be like, yo, let's get it done, man. I'm going to act the way I do. I might be a little sillier or, you know, act a little different, but like, he again, I said all the time before, he puts his pants on the same way I do every single fucking morning, and he's no better than me. Yeah, he's got the followers and all that cool shit. Cool, man. Hey, I respect it. But like we're both on the same fucking playing ground. You know what I'm saying? Fucking mentality, chat. You guys gotta have it. Be humble though. I'm telling y'all, be fucking humble. Don't let that shit go to your. Don't let that shit like, pump you up too much. Okay. Don't let that shit pump you up. Sad Larry, you like that? Perfect. Are you sad Larry? Wait, you can swing it? Oh, I can swing it. Let's fucking helicopter it. Yeah, RC, I get it, man. I get it. Like, I get that. I get that all of you guys, I would say like 90% of you guys have another job. You know what I mean? And that's, again, being humbled on my end. Like, I'm grateful and thankful, man. I'm truly blessed to be doing what I do every day. Like, I'm able to do this full time. Even when I was in the Marine Corps, like, I was still, when I was creating content and stuff, like I worked in the Marines, right? I did like 9 to 5. It was a little shorter, obviously. But like I was still pushing content out. I was still trying my best. Like you can ask Angry. I was kind of in a different situation because I was hurt, but like when him and I worked together, you know, I would go home and still stream from like 6 to 9 or whatever. Like I would go home on Chow to fucking edit and post a video and then come right back. We only had like an hour of Chow. I'll be like, I'm going home real quick because I got to post a fucking video. And then bang, I'll do it. Or I would schedule stuff day prior when I was home. You know what I mean? Again, that mentality, chat, you guys got to fucking have it. Like, I get it, man. I do. Because, like, I was there, but not there. You know what I'm saying? Making sweatshirts. Right. I fucking would make Angry some fucking merch, you know? Like, you guys got to have that mentality, man. And I get not having, you know, having a full-time job and a family, having kids. I get all that shit, dude. Trust me. And I'm not holding any of that against you. But I'm telling you right now, if you want it, you would fucking get it. And I know it's easier said than done. Trust me. I fucking know. But if you really want it, you would fucking get it. Make a schedule on like what you can do per week so you're not like overworking yourself, if that makes sense. That's what I did. What's it called? When I was working in the Marine Corps, like I opened up my secondary YouTube channel, which I changed, right? It was like Batman Reacts, and I was reacting to videos. Man, it was so hard doing 2 YouTube channels, long-term content. I couldn't do it anymore. I did like a week. I was doing a video Monday, Wednesday, Friday on my one channel, and then Tuesday, Thursdays on my other channel. So every day of the week, you know, Monday to Friday, I was posting long-term content. Bro, in like 2 weeks, I was like, I can't fucking do this anymore. With the Marine Corps, you know, with all my afterlife, or my social life after the Marine Corps when I came home, it was hard, man. I couldn't fucking do it. So I stopped production on the secondary YouTube channel. So I knew I just couldn't do it anymore. It was very hard with the time that I had, like, and still being happy and being, you know, mentally and physically there. You know what I mean? So a lot went into it. So soon I'm going to try to learn how to do content and hopefully help my page out. Good, RC. You got it, man. I'm telling you, like it helps, man. It helps, you know. You got to do it. So different types of platforms, chat, is huge. You got to be on, if you can dual stream. If you can't, work up to it, man. Like try to get better internet or whatever. You know what I mean? If you can't do it on YouTube because you don't have 15 or 50 subscribers, start posting on YouTube. Look at Perfect. Like, bro started at the bottom and he's freaking posting content, getting thousands of views now, and he's getting his face and his name and his brand out there. You know what I mean? Anybody can fucking do it, chat. But if it was easy, anybody can do it, right? But if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's a good way to look at it, too. John, what's up, man? Welcome in. Jay, hello. All right. No one said this shit was going to be easy, man. Like, look at Cypher PK, bro. Bro's been creating content for 13 plus years. He just hit 10 million subscribers like a couple months ago. All right? Like, dude, it doesn't happen overnight. It's so rare now. It's even more rare than it was back then to do it now. Because of, like, everybody wants to do it. Everyone wants to be that next, you know, huge Queso, Ninja, Jexy, all these, like, IRL guys, even streamers. You know, it takes time, man. It's not, the average Joe does not have that, where it's going to be, hey, this man just blew up because of this reason. Like, it's very rare. Look at Bush Camp Dad. Man blew up, and now he's, like, he came back down to reality a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of other, like, big streamers, like, big Fortnite content creators. And my man blew up because he sat in a bush all fucking game, you know? Like, crazy, right? But it's very rare. Ninja blew up. He was streaming and playing comp before fucking Fortnite. If you guys didn't know Ninja, he was playing Halo. He was like a comp Halo player, and then he went to PUBG and he was playing what was it, H1Z1 and all this other crap. And then boom, Fortnite came around. And the man like absolutely skyrocketed. All right, it's rare. It's so rare for that kind of crap to happen. So like again, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. All right, so. Take baby steps. When you get back from vacation, RC, start taking baby steps. Learn how to edit a little bit. Learn how to do short term first. And then when you start getting very confident with short term, start long term. You know what I mean? Start that shit. Why not, right? That's what I did. I started long term. Go back to my first YouTube video compared to where I'm at now. Man, it's a fucking night and day difference. It's insane. But that's the beauty of it. And I saw another streamer talking about it. Like, don't forget where you came from, chat. That's the beauty of it. Like, you don't, I don't wish at all that I would just shoot straight to the top. Like, I don't want to blow the fuck up right now and just like start pulling in hundreds and thousands of views and have, you know, a couple million subscribers on YouTube. I don't want that. I want to continue to grind, continue to, you know, climb that mountain, continue to go through the hardship, go through everything. Because it's like, again, if it goes back to being a good leader. Like, if I don't learn this shit now and I'm at the top, people are going to look at me and be like, he's a fucking fake. And that's where people will not follow you. People were like, he blew up for this reason, and that's it. I mean, look at everybody with the Bitcoin shit. Like, the Hawk Tua girl, the 6'7" guy. Who else? There's another good example. I forget their name. These guys blew up over one viral video, and all they care about is that viral video, like that 3-second viral part. And they're like, oh, let's do a Bitcoin. Let's create a 6'7" Bitcoin. Or let's create a Hawk Tua Bitcoin. And they're at the top and they have a fucking manager and they don't know how to fucking do any of this shit because they didn't work through the fucking trenches. They didn't do any of that crap. They didn't start from the bottom. So when they were at the top, they don't remember where they fucking came from because they didn't go through that fucking hardship. They didn't go through any of that crap, the ups and the downs to becoming, you know, a fucking famous Fortnite streamer or a content creator or whatever the case may be. So when they get to the top, man, they come right the fuck back down. And like, where's Hawk Tua girl out now? I obviously the 6'7" meme's still going on. Again, the 6'7" meme. Where's the fucking kid at? Right? Chat, the proof is in the fucking pudding, man. It is, 100%. Tim's been streaming for 13 years and sucks at game. That is so good too, man. Like, you guys are like, yo, Batman, like, I fucking suck at Fortnite. Bro, it doesn't matter if you suck. If you can entertain, that's all that fucking matters, right? I would say, I'd guarantee you money, I would say 95% of you guys who come to my stream watch me for my silliness, my stupidityness, like everything. Not my fucking gameplay. Obviously, winning and being good at the game has some part to it, but like, I guarantee you, y'all come for the Batman, not for my fucking cracked out gameplay. And I'm not even that fucking good, right? So look at Tim the Tatman, bro. Perfect fucking example. Bro was falling to his death every fucking day of the week when OG Fortnite came out, when Fortnite first came out. But he was just so funny. And, like, he didn't care if he was good at the game or not, right? He just was an entertainer. It's kind of like Queso. My man is hilarious. I don't watch him. I'd probably never even seen but all I know is that he's funny. And people love that kind of shit, man. Why I come here every day. I know. I don't understand either. But, yeah, like, it's just crazy. I would, like, right now, if I blew up, like, say, Bush Camp Dad did, it would suck. It really would. Like, would it, like, you ride the high, man, but when you come back down, it's like, damn, right? I want to continue to learn and to progress and, you know, take one step at a time in this industry and continue to do my best because, again, you will never forget where you came from. When you make it to the top and them small time streamers are pushing through and trying to get better, you're going to be like, damn, I remember those days. Let me help them out, you know? And that's another big thing, too. Like, who else do you know? It's important, too. Who else do you know that gives out free advice like this? Like, there are people like, hey, man, go watch my last YouTube video or do this and do that to figure out how to do this. Like, bro, it's give your education for free, man. Like, I'm sitting here preaching, you know, and there's other people who do it, too, but it's rare. It's rare when people are like, hey, this works and this didn't work for me. Try it out and let me know. You know what I mean? And that's what pulls in a lot of people too, especially on TikTok. When you're like out there giving it, giving advice or giving your life story about things, people like latch onto that, man. And that's what they want. You're like, it's like giving it to them for free, man. People like keep their education behind like a barrier, and it's like, oh, I can't tell anybody this because it's going to wind up, working against me, man. If that's your mindset, it's like, that's a shit ass fucking mindset, bro. I would tell my Marines that shit all the time. Like, be a good leader. You know what I mean? Be a good fucking leader. Treat your Marines the way you want to be treated. I know it's like some fucking middle school bullshit crap, but like, remember you were in those shoes once. You were in those boots once. How would you want to be treated when you were like looking up at your leadership and they're like, I know this is going to suck, but like, I don't know. You know what I mean? You're standing double back 24-hour duties. I would never let my Marines do that. First of all, it would never happen. But like, treat your Marines, treat them the way you want to be treated, man. That's why like when I come on and I stream, and again, everything I talk to you guys about is like my personal experience because I can't talk outside of that. But when you guys come in, like I don't think any of you, I'm better than any of you guys. Like mentally wise, anything. Like y'all are on the same fucking ground I'm on, right? You walk the same earth I walk. Just because I'm a streamer and I create content and I do this and I have a following doesn't mean I'm fucking better than you, man. And that's where you'll see it. That's where a lot of TikTok streamers with their pride and with their ego, they fucking fail, man. They fail to see that shit. Like, oh, I'm better at the game means I'm fucking better than you. You're fucking ass. Like, shut the fuck up. Blah blah blah. Like, bitch, you're talking through a fucking camera and a microphone right now saying how much I suck. Like, get a fucking grip, my guy. You know what I mean? I hate seeing streamers and content creators thinking they're better than other people because they do this shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, electricians are better than plumbers because he fucking works with electric. Like, oh, I'm a plumber and I work with water. I'm better than you, bitch. Like, fuck no. You're both on the same foot. You guys got to work together. You know what I'm saying? I love duty so much. So I chose today. Worst day to have it. Oh, not on a Saturday, Angry. Come on. Yeah, Aggie. Like, it's just... and I know you guys see it on TikTok. I love seeing it because it like humors me when people... Like, I saw this streamer yesterday post about another streamer on TikTok. She had a freaking follower. She had a lot of people following her and stuff. And she's telling this guy to go, was it KYS? Because they came in and said GG's. Like, bro, where the fuck have we gone as a community where we're telling people to KYS each other? And I was like, KYS, what the fuck does that mean? And then I put one and one together. Obviously, he's saying that for a reason because he can't say it live, can't say it on the platform. But I was like, holy fuck. Like, how the fuck do people follow that? Like, how can you as a, like, dude, that you're clipped, like, you're fucking clipped, man. If you try to get a sponsorship, if you try to get anything, forget about it. You're telling the people to go off themselves because they came in to say GG's after they died. You know what I mean? Like, holy fuck, where the fuck have we gone to get to this level? And that's why I left Reload, guys. Like, that's just a big reason why I left Reload because, man, motherfuckers were just so ungrateful, bro. Like, talking all this shit, all this smack behind a fucking camera and a microphone because I killed you in a fucking online game, brother. Like, holy shit. That's why when people are like, yo, let's go look who that is, or, oh, so-and-so just killed us. I'm like, bro, who cares? It's a fucking, just ready the fuck up. Let's go. We're jumping right back in. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It blows my mind. Like I said, it humors me where people, first of all, they follow the creators who like are toxic as fuck. And then the creators being toxic as fuck. Like, bro, there's no reason to that. And again, they think they're better. They have that pride, that ego where they think they're fucking better. They're not humbled enough to, and again, like I'm 9 times out of 10, bro, you're probably never going to make it to the top. And it's like, and if I was that person and someone told me that, I would sit back and like reflect on myself, be like, damn, I would never make it to the top. Okay, so why am I doing this then? Because like that should be our goal, right? To make it to the fucking top, to be at the top of the mountain. And I was gonna bring it up earlier, man. I like going through the progression, going through the ups and the downs. Like I'm climbing this mountain for a fucking reason. I don't want to get shot straight up to the top. I don't want to take the gondola all the way up. I want to continue to climb. And, you know, as me climbing, you guys got to think like metaphorically, when I'm climbing, there's people behind me, there's people beside me, people in front of me that are fucking falling behind. You know what I mean? That's why I tell you guys, like, I'm continuing to go straight. I'm going up. You know, I can't turn around and try to help somebody. You know, if you're not willing to grab my hand and climb with me, I can't go back down to get your ass. I'm continuing to go up. You know, it's the same fucking thing. It's like, again, going to the top. I'm doing this to go to the fucking top. I'm not doing this for fame. I'm not doing this for fortune. I'm not doing this for any of it, right? But I feel like a lot of TikTok streamers, especially on TikTok, I know there's a lot of, you know, streamers on other platforms, but it's just like, you don't see the people at the top being toxic. You don't see them. That's the point I'm trying to get, chat, across. You don't see them being toxic. You don't see them being fucking rude. You don't see them, like, you know, any of that crap. Like, look at Cypher PK. Look at Negative 30. Look at TG. Look at, who else? Fucking Lachlan. Look at Happy Girl. Look at all these big streamers, man. They don't act like that. And there's a fucking reason why they don't act like that, because if they did, they wouldn't be sitting where the fuck they're at right now, man. So don't ever think you're better than somebody because you're a fucking big streamer or a bigger streamer than that person. You know what I'm saying, chat? Man, it pisses me off. Like, it's like, when you're not humbled, it really pisses me the fuck off. But yeah, again, just think about it. That's why I tell you guys, like, it's just a full circle. That's why I tell you guys to act like that next rank. Remember, act like that you're a big fucking streamer. Don't act like one of the lower streamers. Act like you're on top. Because it's a, right? Like, just think about it. Wrap it all back around, man. Wrap it all back around. If I didn't think the way Cypher PK thinks, or all these other streamers, again, because he's like my mentor in this industry, I would not be near where I'm at right now mentally in this fucking industry, man. So you guys gotta do the same thing. I'm telling y'all, it helps out a lot. It really does. Panda, what up? Welcome in. How you doing? So, I'm preaching it, Chad. I really am. And you can completely disagree with me and be like, fuck you, Batman. Hey, I don't know what else to do besides, like, I'm smiling cheek to cheek or ear to ear right now. If you're like, fuck you, Batman, you're completely wrong about me. I'm going to do this, blah. Hey, brother, more or sister, more power to you. I wish nothing but the best for you, man. Like, and I mean that from the bottom of my fucking heart. I really do. Like, I hope there's some streamers that watch this that are toxic as fuck. They're like, damn, Batman was right. And they turn the fuck around and they, like, reevaluate themselves and they're like, okay. You know what I mean? That's all I can hope for. If you don't agree with me, I could care less, man. I have my, you know what I mean? I'm on here doing this. I know it will help some people, and that's good enough for me. I don't have to fucking please everybody, right? But I'm just trying to relay it all facts. That's all. That's all. I'm trying to just give you, like, concrete fucking facts, brother. If Cypher PK acted the way some of these fucking TikTokers act, he would be nowhere near where he's at right now, man. He would not have the sponsorships. He would not have the fucking anything, bro. Like, anything that goes into streaming and being a full-time content creator that he is right now, he would not have any of that shit, bro. I don't care what you say, and you can't tell me otherwise. Name me a fucking another big streamer like Cypher where, you know, especially in Fortnite, where acting like acting toxic and shit is the right way to go, bro. Name it and tell me. I'll wait. Now, I agree with you. Skill in the game has nothing to do with how good it's... Yeah, 100%, Lil Gums. And welcome in, too. Keyboard bullies. It would be different IRL. And, like, it's not even... Like, I don't want to bring IRL into it because it's like, then you're just, like, trying to threaten the person. But it's like, brother, outside of streaming, what are you? We all need to ask ourselves this. Like, as a fucking human being, as a person, outside of me being in front of this camera and behind the mic, what the fuck am I, bro? Like, reality's got to set in sometime, right? This is a fucking fantasy we live in. Reality's got to set in sometime. And I think Cypher knows that. I'm just going to keep using Cypher because I'm picking on him. But, like, he understands that. He understands how he has to act to be at the fucking top. He fucking gets it. You know what I mean? And again, you guys need to get it too. I'm not saying you guys are toxic and shit, but, like, you guys need to be in that fucking mindset. because that's half the battle. No matter what you do, 80% of what you guys do is all fucking mental. You guys got to win them fucking battles, baby. I'm telling y'all. I like that, keyboard bullies. So it's I like, and you know what I love, man? Happy girl. I wasn't like a big fan. I'm not saying I wasn't a big fan of her, but I just didn't know who she was until how big she's got over the past, you know, I would say like 7-8 months, I think, until I really started seeing her. Like, dude, Little Gums posted a fucking video about her. She came in the comments. She doesn't think she's better than anybody, man, and that's what I fucking love. She is so down to earth and like so fucking just mutual with everybody. She doesn't care about her fame, about what she pulls on the numbers she pulls anywhere else. Bro, I posted her in a fucking Twitter account, Twitter post the other day. I mean, it's for her Happy Gal tourney. Man, she reposted it. I got 2 likes. She reposted it. She don't fucking care. She don't care about that stuff, man. You know what I mean? And that is like the mentality, Chad. That's what I was saying, y'all. You guys gotta just realize you're not better than your fucking viewers. You're not better than anybody on this fucking platform. Be humbled about it, bro. Be fucking humble about it. I even did it on TikTok. She reposted my TikTok post too. And I'm not sitting here and be like, oh my gosh, she reposted my TikTok post, right? But like, it just shows that you guys know what I'm talking about. It just shows that she does not think she's fucking better than any of her viewers, man. And that's, I truly respect that. I'm humbled about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's fucking amazing. Most streamers, not the top, are inverted at AF off system. I feel like most can't socialize for shit. I know, listen, I'm not, that's why I'm trying to not like get into the IRL stuff, because I don't judge, man. I'll give you my opinion, but like at the end of the day, I try not to judge. What you do off camera is what you do off camera, right? But like I guess just again, at some time we got to come to reality. Like, if I lost, dude, Twitch can shut down, cyber hack can happen, anything can fucking happen, right? YouTube could shut down. What are you gonna do? You gonna go to work? You gonna go work at fucking Walmart and be like, hey, bitch, the fuck? Why didn't you put the fucking pasta at the top shelf? You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that shit, bro. Like, be fucking lucky and blessed on doing what you're able to do. You'll get your ass fired real quick, and then you're just gonna be a fucking bum. Yeah, she is 100% down to earth, very humble, and again, I respect it. 100%. You know what I mean? It was a really good example. That's why I wanted to talk about it. She, you know, she just puts herself on the same playing field as everybody else. And it's a shame that there's people who are, you know, bigger than her that don't do that. And it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But again, it just wraps around to like, she's leading from the front, bro. She's not scared to lead from the front with her community. She's right there with it. She doesn't need to, she can make a presence anywhere she fucking goes. She doesn't need to be like, oh, I'm too big for that. You know what I mean? Or I you know, I have 1 million followers. I'm not going to repost some dude who only has 1,500 on fucking Twitch. You know what I mean? So respect for sure. But yeah, hold on. But that's what I just love. You know what I mean? It's great. And that's why I always try to help you guys. That's why I always try to, I do the same thing. You know, I always try to help people out. That's why I do this podcast. That's why when we play Fortnite and stuff, I play with the viewers because I want to play with you guys. Like, anybody comes in that raids, I follow, because it's like, yo, you wanted to raid me, whether you have 2 follower or 3 people raiding into me or not. Like, I'll still follow, because they're not better than me, man. And again, like, I was there when I was raiding into, you know, a streamer who has 40 people watching them with only 5 people watching me, right? It's the thought that matters, the thought that counts. And again, you just got to respect it because you were there too. That's why I tell y'all, you should want to not get shot up to the top. You need to work through the trenches. You guys got to work through it to remember where you came from, man. Humble is my favorite word. Absolutely angry. 100%. Now, sometimes, like, y'all got to flex a little bit, right? I always like, revert it back to like a lion. Like, a lion's always big, scary, and everyone's like, oh, you know what I mean? But like, he only needs to flex his claws when he needs to. You know what I mean? A lion's like, I feel like a good example. Or like, I don't know, just anything. Like you can back me up into the corner as much as you want. There, like I'll have to get up and flex a little bit, but you can, man, put me in a corner and just I don't care, you know. But when I need to flex, I'll flex, and then you know the humbleness is gone. You know what I mean? But humbling is like huge. Everyone should be fucking humble with what they got and what they do for sure. But yeah, it was funny. You were reading it as after I just said it. Don't forget where you came from, man. I mean, it's like everywhere. No matter what you do, I feel like you can never forget where you came from. You know what I mean? Especially in streaming. So that's why when people were like, "Hey, Batman, like I'm a graphic designer, or I edit YouTube videos, or you know whatever the case might be," I'm like, "All right, man, shoot your shot. Let me see what you got," because they're trying to find some clients or whatever the case may be to get to the top, right? And this is how they do it. So I'm like, all right, shoot your shot. Let me see. And I'm like, just to let you know, like, this is like almost an interview. You're like pitching me your job, your company, everything to me right now. So if it's shit and you're just like, hey, Batman, I edit videos. Here's one video that I edit. And it's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing when I go to sponsorships, man. I filled out a lot of sponsorships. Did any of them get back to me? Some of them did, and they told me no. But, like, I went in there confident, was like, hey, this is this and this. You know, I'm a full-time content creator. Of course, I threw in there I was in the military to help out a little bit. I have over, 13 million subscribers or views on YouTube. You know, out of all my platforms, I have over 30,000 people. You know what I mean? You got to fucking dress it up a little bit. But that's why, again, you guys got to know what's going on logistic-wise with what you're doing, streaming-wise, what numbers you're pulling and everything. But, yeah, like, same thing, man. I'm trying to promote myself and sell myself to these companies so they can sponsor me. You know what I mean? If I'm just like, hey, I'm Batman, and I stream every day, they're like, they're not even gonna probably even fucking look at it, right? So keep that in mind, chat. When you guys get bigger, you guys get better, and you guys need to sell yourself or sell a product or whatever the case may be, right? You guys got to come back with some facts, some numbers, because numbers always look good on stuff. But yeah. What up, Busy? How you doing? Welcome in. If you guys got any questions, let them rip in the comments. If not, I think that's a good note to end on for sure. I preached a lot today. I preached a lot about certain things. I hope some of this stuck for you guys too. If you guys are watching, or maybe thinking about becoming a streamer, or maybe like, hey, a couple months down the road, I want to be a streamer or whatever. You guys got to start out right. Build that foundation correct the first time. I'm paying the mistake. I really am. Look at across all my platforms. I'm paying for it, man. Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. I like hard reset on everything. I have the followers, but nothing behind it. You know what I'm saying? And if you guys are like, what do you mean? Like TikTok, I talked about it. I posted a few videos when I first started playing doing TikTok. Like I shot out to like 4,000 followers. And it was all because of Apollo and some of the videos I was posting. I was doing like some meme posts, like whatever the hot topic was, I was doing it. So now that I transitioned over to Fortnite content, none of them followed. They still follow me. I still have like 5,300 right now, but like I only have probably about 800 people follow me on TikTok for the content that I do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I only get like 400 views. You guys got, if you're in that situation and you're like, why is this happening? You guys got to really sit down and ask yourself, man, like, why is this happening? What is going on? You guys got to be real with yourselves. That's why I think it's so important to talk about stuff like this, because sometimes you can't be real with yourself. You got to have other people be real for you. You know what I mean? Same thing on on Twitter. I thought, I was like, let me start a Twitter. Hey, I reach out to a lot of people who do giveaways. I'm like, hey, here's a fucking giveaway card. Have them follow me on Instagram, or have them follow me on YouTube, Twitch, the whole nine. And they'll post my stuff, and I would get all these followers. I'm like, this is great. And then I'm like, only have got 5 people watching me, right? So I got like 1,400 on Twitter. I would say maybe reality-wise, I got maybe 20 to 30 followers on Twitter. You want to go to Twitch? I talked about it earlier again. I I had a lot of people do giveaways and stuff like that when I first started out, and I'll say about 4,000 of my followers on there are fucking fake. It's all just a number, right? They say you should pull about 10% of what you're streaming, so I'm at almost 9,000. I should be pulling like 90. I'm only pulling like maybe 30. So, again, look at yourself, sit down, and ask yourself what the fuck's happening. 10% is 900. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's like 0.10 then. I don't know. Math for Marines angry. Look at my YouTube, man. I got almost 13,000 people over there. I would say about 8,000 of them are fucking. I don't want to say fake. They're short-term subscribers. And not like now. If you guys look at my YouTube videos from when I started transitioning from short term to long term, because man, long term is just where it's at. I'm pushing 80, 90, 100 views on my YouTube channel, which is great. Like view wise on my long term, which is amazing. Because before I was stuck at like 40, 50, maybe 50. You know what I mean? Like that's stretching it. So that's really big too. But yeah, like out of that 13,000, I about only got 8K short term. So I'm trying to change it. I'm trying to get the ratio more to long term to short term, because long term is better on Fortnite. Again, they're your consistent subscribers. They're the people who are always that long term form. That's what I mean by it. Long term subscribers. You know, look at me with IG, man. IG's the same way. I only got like 400 something followers on IG. And they're all Fortnite. Most of them are Fortnite people, which is good. Because I started out my IG after the fact that I transitioned to content creation for Fortnite, right? I wasn't on there like as my personal IG, and I already had like 10,000 people following me, because before I deleted my Instagram, before I got out like of the Marine Corps, I probably had like 5 or 6K people on Instagram following me. And I deleted it completely, but I'm happy I did, and I'm happy I didn't convert my old channel to my new channel, because all the numbers don't lie again, chat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to think of the other platforms I got. TikTok, I already talked about. Twitter, yeah. So you guys can see it, man. I'm a great example of it, and that's why I tell you guys I'm not a big streamer. Like I'm not a big content creator, but I'm trying my damn best. And I'm acting like I am bigger than what I am, because again, it's a mentality thing, and it makes you think outside the box, and it doesn't keep you contained. Like if you're a small streamer, this is how big you think, you know what I mean? But when you're a bigger streamer, you're thinking outside the box. Like I just did that video with Jay, man. He just won $110, right? How many other smaller content creators do you see doing that shit? I got the idea from Cypher PK. He did like, every kill's $1,000 or whatever. Obviously, I don't have a fucking $1,000 for every kill he did, so I'm like, I'm gonna bump it down to, like 5, and when we get bigger and better, we'll do 10, and then we'll just jump it from there. Same thing with the YouTube short bingo card that I did. I got that idea off of what's his name, Courage JD. I was literally sitting there. I saw the video. I'm like, damn, I could do this. I didn't steal the card. He had like a certain card. I didn't steal that card. I did my things my own way. I put a little twist on it, thumbnail, you know what I mean? Everything. Obviously his was a lot better, a lot more edited, I wasn't at that part. I'm not at that level yet, but I'm doing these videos that these bigger creators are doing, because why not? I got to put myself on their fucking level, because they're the ones pulling in hundreds and thousands of views. So why not fucking be on that level, man? You see it on Twitch all the time. You see all these smaller creators doing these tournaments, which is great. I love it. You love to see it, because you see people like Happy Girl, and I got invited to like 3 other fucking tournaments, and they're somewhat bigger, right? But it's just great. You got to put yourselves in you got to put yourself on their fucking level. Operate the way they do. Don't just think because you're a small streamer, you got to stay at the fucking bottom, bro. You just wish you had their editing capabilities. So, I mean, out of all the people that do edit, the only person I know who edits themselves is Nick A30. Out of everybody else, they all have editors. And with editors, you know what that means? Cha-ching, costs money. That's why I edit my own stuff. You know, I had an editor, and I was like, bro, you know how much I post? I post 3 videos of fucking long-term videos every week on YouTube. He's like, okay, every minute is $10. So if I do a 9-minute video, that's $90. I'm like, brother, I barely make $90 on YouTube from the monetization that I have. You know what I mean? I was like, I can't do that. You know, I was like, I understand the business side to it. Like, hey, I got to pay my guys, you know. But I was also like, hey, man, I want someone who believes in me now and wants to grind and go through it now. So when we do make it, we're making, you know, we're pulling in the money. We're raking in the money. Kind of like what Cypher PK and his editor Jack did. They met like a long time ago. And I don't know if Jack ever charged them. I don't know obviously the logistics behind how they did stuff, but like they continued to just work and push content out and be better and do better. And now look at them. You know what I mean? I'm sure he has more than one editor. I mean, it's just insane, right? It's crazy. And screens and shit. Editing creating intro. Oh, I know what you mean. Angry. So yeah, like, you know what I mean? But that's why I do everything myself, because it would be stupid of me to push out these videos that are worth, I don't know, say $100, but I'm not even getting 10% of that back on the revenue. You know what I mean? It's just not, business-wise, just not smart. I edit really good with some duct tape and Gorilla Glue. Hey, whatever works, jokers, you know what I'm saying? Whatever freaking works. And, you know, and that's why I tell, like, RC with you, I don't know if you're still there, but when you come back, take them baby steps. Start learning how to edit little at a time. I'm doing the same thing on DaVinci Resolve. I'm slowly learning how to edit, how to, you know, clip fusions and stuff. If you guys been watching my YouTube lately, like, you've seen I'm slowly like just editing, making things a little bit more fancy, things coming on the screen, off the screen, noises, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm starting to get a little bit better with it, right? And that's all you can ask for. Again, I'm going through the growing pains, you know. I don't want to get shot to the top and be like, all right, I need an editor. And then bang, they're going to start editing for me, you know what I mean? So it's important, man. It's really important, chat. Start learning, take baby steps. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. You can't do it all at once, man. That's not how it works. Look at Nick A30, man. Great example. He's been editing his YouTube videos ever since he started. Look where he started back in the day, and now look at him now. Obviously, technology's changed and you know, different things have came, but like that didn't change him and what he does with how he edits. You know, his edits are way better now than what they were back then. You know, same thing with me. My edits are way better now than they were back then. So you guys got to start somewhere. All right. It's very important. And again, just don't forget where you came from, bro. It's all about baby steps. It is. But, you know, again, but having that mindset, having that mindset's huge. Being on a different level. Don't be on that like small streamer level. You know, can't have it. Goofy goober. I'm a goofy goober, yeah. And that's why I always tell you guys too, like on Discord, like if you guys need help, if you guys got anything, man, or questions, like reach out to me. I'll try my best. I mean, Angry has my personal number. I know some of you guys don't, but like he calls me if he's got a problem. You know what I mean? I'll try my best and give him what I do. And maybe what I do can work for him, you know? Like, same thing with Wooly, with his YouTube experience. You know, we got on a Discord call, and I showed him how to edit. Very, very blandly how to edit. Like, we ain't talking, you know, Cypher PK edit styles. I'm talking to just very basic fucking edits to get the wheels moving, you know? And, you know, as a content creator, as a streamer, you guys should be doing the same thing. Tell your community, hey, man, we're on that same level. Just because I'm the streamer and I'm the guy who, like, runs the show doesn't mean I don't have time for you. granted, you know, when you have probably millions of people following you like Cypher, it's hard to get back to everybody. But if you're serious about it, right, and you want to learn and do stuff, I'll take time out of my day to help you. You know, and with Wooly, with Special K, they're them guys, they're like they started long-term content, you know what I mean, and they just have gotten better over time, and it's like it's a beautiful thing. It's like watching a fucking flower grow. You know what I mean? So what's it called? I forget what I was about to say. It doesn't matter. When is our next Batcave class on whatever it may be on? So after the Happy Gal tournament, I edit this stuff. I was going to reach out to you and Crip because you guys are the only ones who really wanted to do something on doing a video perfect. Whether it's like, you remember how I told you streaming or 1v1ing or every kill is $5 and crap like that, just to create some more content. Especially with this Simpsons season coming up. I don't know how great it's going to be, so we're going to have to fill some spots for sure. But again, like in the Batcave, I can't make you guys drink the water. Like I every person who's in the Batcave, I told them, like, I want you to start posting long term. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. If you guys don't do it, I'm not going to sit there and harp on you guys to do it, right? You do what you want to do. I'm happy to have you in the Batcave, but if you don't want to do it, I can't fucking be like, oh, you're in the Batcave? Like, you're going to do it. If not, you're kicked out. You're gone. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's like, if they want to do it and they, you know, they want help, I'm here. That's we talked about it in the beginning of the stream. I don't know if you're here, but it's like hard for me to just reach out perfect and like, you know what I mean? Like I'm here if you want to use me, bro. Don't be scared to reach out to me. I'm fucking here if you want to use me. I'm not going to be like, hey, I'm here, and, you know, and waste my time and my energy and be like, I'm here, you know, and be like, I'm here. Just, I'm right here every day. Guys, remember, we got to do this. We got to do that. You know, if you guys want to use me, I'm here. Use and abuse me. That's why I'm here. And that's why I tell you guys at the end of every stream, like, hey, if you guys need something, I'm fucking here, man. I got too much on my plate to worry about making sure you guys do something. I'm not your fucking babysitter, right? But if you were like, hey, I need Batman's help, and you reached out to me, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'll help you. I got time for that, but I don't got time to make sure I'm babysitting you. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I'll always have time. If you, Crip, Special K, reach out to me and was like, hey, Batman, I need help with this. Sure, I got you. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna sit there and be like, I gotta make time to make sure Special K's posting the new content that just came out on Fortnite. Like, I don't have time for that. But I do have time to help you to make you better, you know, or try to make you better. It goes for everyone. That's why at the end of every stream, I always say it, man. It doesn't matter whether you're in the Batcave or not. If you guys need help, reach out to me. I got you. I'll try to help you, whether it's with life and you need to hear some, you know, hard fucking truth about something where you might not be able to hear the truth, or, you know, it's about streaming, or, hey, Batman, can you look at my stream and tell me honestly, like, what I can do to be better? And I'll be like, sure. And I'll look at your stream for like 10 minutes and be like, all right, you know, perfect. Look at the camera more. Use your hand gestures more. I'm just throwing that as an example. You know what I'm saying? Like in a video, like in my intro videos for YouTube, I looked up like the best way for YouTube videos, and they're like, use hand gestures, use this, use that, because like that continues to engage the audience. You know what I mean? Just like how I'm talking now, I'm using my hand. I'm sure a lot of you guys, where I'm looking at the camera and I'm doing stuff that continues to keep you guys engaged. And it might be, I'm telling you, it might be like as stupid as just moving your hands or being like, yo, you know what I mean? Like stupid shit like that behind the scenes. It's like, that's the mental part where us as human beings, it's like, I'm attracted to hand movement. I'm attracted to that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That's why you guys always see me talk with my hands, because it's one of them things. It's like, I'm not just sitting there like this and I'm like, yeah, perfect. You know, there's a certain way to do things, man, especially when you're creating content. Look at Cypher PK, look at Ninja, look at all their videos they're making. And it's like they're hyped. They're hyping it up. They're freaking excited because if I'm not excited when I come on, I can't make you excited if I'm not excited. You know what I mean? So it's there's just things like that, you know what I'm saying? And when people come in and raid and when people come in and donate and this and that, I'm not saying like use fake motivation, but fake motivation is real motivation at the same time when that shit happens. But, you know, if someone comes in with a raid, I'm just like, hey, we got a raid. Let's go. Thank you guys. You know, there's anybody you probably raid into, they're all going to be like, oh, raid inbound, or, you know, they got some horn or something going off. They're excited, you know what I mean? To get everyone hyped, like, yo, what's happening, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with donations, same thing with follows, like, and that's just, you got to keep them engaged. That's part of the job. And if you don't, then you suck and you're not going to retain anybody. You know what I mean? I don't know how fucking more straightforward I can be with that. You know? Just like what Angry was saying about Tim the Tap Man. No one cares that he sucks at the fucking game because people come to see him die and fall to his death because that's what he's best at. You know what I mean? Like, and there's a big audience for that kind of stuff. You know? So... Hi, are you answering questions about streaming? I am, Jess. Yeah. I'm just we're pretty much on the tail end of it, but if you got something, shoot. If you got something, send it. And chat, don't forget we have Happy Abigail's tournament later. I gotta cut my hair. I'm cutting the back of my hair, chat. We're gonna go back to having a fade in the back. We're cutting the back. And we're gonna be dressing up as Batman, so it's gonna be pretty cool. We're gonna be putting that on. What advice do you have for someone getting back into streaming after a 2-year break? A 2-year break's pretty crazy. I mean, everything you've learned or everything you've gained at, like, I don't know how long you streamed before the 2 years. So like, how long were you streaming before you took a break? I believe 2 years. So you were streaming for 2 years, like consistently, and then you took a 2-year break, right? That's what we're both tracking on the same timeline. Yeah, I moved to PA. I stopped streaming. Okay, so everything you've gained from them previous 2 years when you were streaming, I'm not going to say the things you've learned, but the things you've gained, like followers and subs and, you know, all that stuff, throw it right out the damn window. 2 years is a long time to take a break, especially if you have a, you know, very consistent, dedicated community. I'm not going to say they forgot about you. I would say probably about 80% of the people who followed you and supported you probably forgot all about you. So when you come back on and you start streaming again, don't expect everybody to be there again. You know what I mean? I would completely restart. Like, completely reset. If people come into your community from when you first started, cool. You know what I mean? Hey, welcome back. You know, it's been a long time, blah, blah, blah. But, like, you should act like you're starting at fucking ground zero. 100%. Because if you come in and you start at, you know, mindset-wise, you're like, hey, why is no one coming in? Because you just took a 2-year break. And when I mean like, why is no one coming in? I mean as in, like, why is no one coming in who followed me before I took a 2-year break? Damn, you all right? You know what I mean? So don't expect anything from the people who came in 2 years before that. And if they do come in, great. You know, holla fucking Lula. You know what I mean? Great. But don't expect. I would not like that. And this is just me. But I would not expect anyone to come back in. 2 years is a long time. You might get some people pop in, be like, hey, how you doing? Maybe 5 minutes. Because you got to think, it's not your fault that you took a 2-year break, right? And it's not. So some people might come in and be like, hey, if I get involved again this deep, I don't know how deep it was before, but if you get involved that deep before, they might be like, it's like a trust issue thing to be like, what if she takes another 2-year break? You know what I mean? So the older people might not come back in and, like, you know, it might not just be jump right back into where you were before. Does that make sense? Because it's like they have a trust. It's like they almost have a trust issue. And it's like, okay, what if I start subscribing for 3 months plus? What if I start doing this? And what if I start doing that? And then she just completely, you know, moves again. You know what I mean? Obviously, life happens, and that you can't control that, Jess. But, like, if something fucking happens, like, they might not want to invest their time again and, like, fall again. You know what I mean? So I would completely reset. Learn what you did before. Start out brand new. Don't get discouraged by, no one coming in. No, the numbers you expect to pull. Don't worry about any of that crap. We were just talking about it like 10 minutes earlier in the podcast. Like, don't worry about the numbers you're pulling. Don't worry about any of the thing. If you want to start streaming, ask yourself why you're going to start streaming again. If you want to start streaming because you want to see the numbers and all that other crap, it's like, you're probably going to last a few months and then you're going to stop streaming again. But if you want to stream because you want to make content for people and make them laugh, or just, play video games with your friends and stuff like that, go for it. Go for it 100%. But if you're just like, hey, I want to make a quick buck again, like, don't do it. I'll freaking save you the trouble. Don't fucking do it. Don't do it. Christine, what's going on? How you doing? So, yeah. 2 years, it's a long time. I know 2 years not a long time, but streaming wise, like, imagine if Cypher PK just disappeared right now for 2 years. Just imagine that. Imagine if I disappeared for 2 years. You know what I mean? I would lose probably like 90% of you guys. 2 years is a long time for like to disappear from streaming. You know what I mean? So start out fresh. You already have some experience under your belt, which is great, but I would completely start fresh. 100%. You might get some returning viewers from the two years previously, but start out fresh and start the grind again. Start climbing that mountain. 100%. That's what I would do. I don't know. I feel like there's no. What else could you do? You know what I mean? Like, what else really could you do? 2 years is a long time. 100%. I hope that helped, Jess. I hope that helped. And I hope, like, if you do start, you got to, like, get back into it. Like, start showing up to other people's communities, you know what I mean? Start showing up to just stuff, you know what I mean? Start a whole new group, start a whole new everything, and be involved. You got to be involved for sure. That's what I was thinking, because I am also a completely different person than I was. Exactly. I mean, 100%, 100%. And you got I feel like you already have the right mindset. And I think you'll be good. It's just a, quick reset. There's nothing wrong with that either. Nothing wrong with it. I'm pretty much doing the same thing. Like a year, like when I first started full time a year ago, like everything I've did before, it was a good foundation. But we're changing shit up. We're gonna start doing new things. And I mean, I even have people from 2 years ago that aren't even here anymore that were consistently in stream every single day. You know what I mean? Like, they're just not here anymore. You know what I mean? So as much as on you, it's on them. It's on them as well. But yeah, I mean, change it 2 years. I hope you would change in 2 years for the better, and we talked about it earlier in the podcast too. Shit happens for a reason, so who knows? Maybe you come back and you get better than what you were when you first started streaming. You know what I mean? You like grew up, you learned the industry a little bit more. You figured out shit. Anybody else got any other questions? Going once, going twice, because I'm getting hungry. I need to cut my hair. I need to shave my mustache off. Oh, not shave it, but trim it down. Got to mentally prepare myself to put on this Batman suit. We'll go live at 6 p.m. Eastern time frame, guys. An hour before the Happy Gal tournament starts. And we'll play 5 games. There's 5 different games that we're going to be doing. Like 5 different rounds. I put them in the Discord. So again, if you guys aren't in the Discord, I keep you guys updated on everything that happens there. Go check us out. That's what I said. I was thinking because Chris said hi. Tell Chris I said what's up. Bet I'll be there. Yeah, we'll be on like 6. I'm going to church around 4 today. And then we'll be back around 5, and then I'll set everything up and I'll start getting dressed. I'll put the main suit on, but after that, you guys, it will just kind of be like IRL again. I'll just get dressed, put the belt on. You guys, you won't watch me like literally get dressed. I'll have the main thing on. But I'll like slowly put stuff on. Maybe I'll do my makeup live on stream too, so you guys can see how I do my eye paint and everything like that. But yeah, if you guys don't have any questions, that's pretty much it for me. I love doing this kind of stuff. I love sitting down and talking to you guys and being real with y'all. And takes away from just you guys watching me play Fortnite and rage or whatever else we do on stream. It's like a step back and just chill out. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope that you learned something. Hopefully you can implement something to what I talked about into your streaming life, into whatever you want to do, whether it's in stream or not. Like if you're a manager somewhere else and you're like, damn, I need to be a better leader and I need my employees working for me, I'm going to change some shit up. But hopefully you learned something and it helped you guys out. Funky, what up? How you doing? Welcome in. But yeah, this will be live on YouTube too. Like if you guys need to go back and replay it, rewatch it, and maybe you missed the first half. We were getting into it, man. It was getting a little spicy, like good spice too. I'll post it on Twitch too, so you guys can also rewatch it, of course. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm freaking my hands are freezing right now. I have no heat on in the house yet. I have not turned the heat on yet in my house. I had my monitor facing out so I could see what you guys were saying. So I could see what y'all were saying. But yeah, as always, you guys need anything, man, you guys hit me up on the Discord if you guys aren't in the Discord. We got that Happy Gals tournament happening later today. Later tonight. Oh, man, I'm going to be so tired, dude. 7 a.m. it starts, and there's 5 rounds. Just think about that. 5 other rounds. And they're going to be full on freaking games, too. So it's going to be a little late. Well, I would say like around like 10 o'clock we would end. You know what I mean? So hope to see you there. If not, remember, we do not stream on Sundays, so tomorrow we're off. So if we don't see you later tonight, I highly recommend you guys stop by. 1900 Eastern time frame. Highly recommend you guys stop by, see us in the Batman suit, because I don't know the next time we're going to be wearing it. We're going to be wearing Batman IRL and in game. It's going to be fun. A lot of creators are going to be there. A lot of sweats. There's a lot of good. I think there's like some pro players in these games too. A lot of memes. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to get that exposure and make content off of it as well. And it's just going to be a good time. So even if you guys stop by for 5 minutes, you guys already know how I am. But I would love to see you guys in the Batman, see me in the Batman suit. We did a stream about it like a month ago when the Lulu first came out. So, but yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. I think it's going to be a damn good time. I think there's going to be a lot of good content. But I didn't want to play Fortnite this morning, do like a 4-hour stream, and then do it again tonight. So that's why I decided to do the podcast for October today. Plus, October's almost over. So, but all right, let's get on out of here. We got Devilish. She's playing Call of Duty, man. We're gonna go show her love, show support. But yeah, if you guys need anything, you guys already know, hit me up in the Discord. Check us out on all of our socials: Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. We post content over there daily, almost 3 times a day. That's like my goal, is to do it 3 times a day. And I'm really excited to see where that goes and see how much exposure we get out of it. So hope you guys all enjoyed it. Again, you got any questions, reach back out to me. I'll answer them. And this will be able to be played back. So if you guys want to go back and watch it, rewatch it, maybe do something, you guys can. But thanks you guys so much for listening. Sitting here watching me flat my lips in front of y'all. Hope you guys had a good time. And again, I really just hope you guys learned something, man. Like maybe I motivated you to do something, and that's like a stepping stone to something else, man. That's really what I hope. Just like in the Discord with the workout Discord, like I put a picture in there, working out, and just health is wealth, and I hope I struck some light or a shock or spark in some of you guys to do something better, to be better. You know what I mean? That's all I can hope for, and that's why I do this kind of stuff, man. I just hope to help you guys out in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? So thank you guys so much again. Wooly, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Welcome in. Hope you have a great day. Hope you guys all enjoy the rest of your day. If I don't see you tonight, again, have a great rest of your weekend. We'll be back on Monday. I think we're playing a scary game with a bunch of different creators. Wooly's one of them. Aggie's one of them. I think Tori. So I think we're going to be doing that Monday, and then, we have all of next week, and then we're jumping into the Fortnite tournament, or excuse me, the new Fortnite season, the Simpsons season. So thank you again. Take care. You guys all enjoy the rest of your freaking day, and we'll catch you guys all in the next one. Peace.